I seem to go through this cycle. Like every time I want to create anything, but especially when I want to talk about topics that I feel, let me say that again. And maybe this is something that's really relatable for anybody who creates, who puts themselves out there. I go through this cycle of feeling really confident about sharing something. I definitely have something to offer in this realm. And I feel good and empowered and excited. But then something happens where this voice takes over and convinces me that actually, who am I? How dare I assume that I'm worthy of listening to? How dare I assume that anybody would be interested? I actually don't know anything, and that always seems to happen. And then I might muster up courage and convince myself that actually yes. And I found that that's kind of what keeps happening to me when I want to talk about anything of substance online. What always seems to help me is I remind myself that I like to listen to other people talk about their life, talk about their experiences, give advice on things, specifically in certain areas of interest, obviously. But I find that very, very valuable when real people doing real things, doing things that I look up to, talk about their experience. I find that to be very, very valuable. And so I kind of just try to remind myself, like, why not me? Why can't I be that for someone? Maybe I am that for someone. And then it's like this voice like, wow, full of yourself much? But I know where that voice comes from, and it's not actually from me. I remember probably 10 years ago, I'm not going to say who this was, someone said something to me that really stayed with me, and not in a good way. I remember posting something online, just on Facebook, about, it was actually a tag. It was something to do with like, you were supposed to post a photo of you with no makeup on and then like tag your friends to do the same. And it was kind of this empowering women and we're all beautiful. It was a positive thing, but I remember posting it and then writing a little blurb about it and how I felt about it. And then someone basically called me out for being really conceited and like, how dare I post something like that? And when I responded that I was interested in inspiring other people, they basically told me like, who am I to inspire anyone? Like, that's a really conceited goal to have. My higher self knows that that is not true. However, it is ingrained in my head. And now I kind of always question whether I'm going to come across full of myself or conceited or out of touch or anything like that. I love being on the internet and I love talking about my life on the internet and my experience. And I love what the internet has done for me. I love what vloggers have done for me in terms of inspiring, making me feel less alone, giving me ideas, making me feel empowered. Like, they've done that for me and I want to do that for someone now too. And I know that is a high vibration. That's not something that's bad or makes me bad. But I just kind of wanted to share that every time I want to talk about something of substance, I get scared because I'm worried that it'll come across not the way it's intended. Maybe that's not really what you want to hear from me. Maybe you want to hear that I'm super confident in everything that I have to say, but that's just not true. Like, I have very specific, strong beliefs, but there's a reason why I don't really share them very much. I'm pretty passive in my everyday life, and I don't actually want to be that way. My motto for this year was basically just like, be a bitch. I am working hard to be more honest. I have this list of topics that I want to talk about in vlogs, and I'm nervous too because I don't know everything. But there are certain things that I have a lot of experience in, and I've been around for a while. And I've lived quite a lot of different lives, and I've done a lot of growing. I've been through some things. And I know I have a lot of valuable things to share. Right now, I'm in a state of gaining confidence in what I have to say. And I think making this vlog is so good for me because it gives me a place to do this for potentially people who really care. And that's really exciting. And I want to do that. And I understand that my experience and my advice and my thoughts might only resonate with a tiny, tiny audience. But I know that there are people who have had similar experiences to me, or who are maybe going through stuff I've been through. And I know that I could help. That's what I wanted to share. I need to go to the post office. Surprise, surprise. It's like my favorite place to go. Thanks for listening. Turn straight or cold, and all the lights are shivering in a naked row. I get the urge for going, but I never seem to go. I get the urge for going when the meadow grass is turning brown and summertime is falling down and winter's closing in. Hi, it's me, the bitch. I have a show tonight, and I'm excited. I was a little nervous earlier. It seems to have gone away. I'm sure it'll come back though. As I've mentioned before, I have crippling stage anxiety, even though I have been doing this for 14 years. But I'm not gonna talk about that today. I don't feel like it. I'm having a terrible hair day. I don't know what's happening. Let me just give my bangs some bang, you know? Yes, so this gig is at the community center in the town across the water from me. So I need to take a little ferry. Oh my God, this is just making my bangs worse. I'm giving myself a lot of time to get ready because I really don't know what I want my look to be tonight. I decided on this shirt combo, which I'm pretty happy with. I think this is the one. And I'm either gonna wear a skirt with tights or I'm gonna wear purple jeans. I am currently wearing pants, but not the pants that I'm going to be wearing tonight. I also woke up this morning blessed with another enormous chin pimple. I don't know why this is the area I get. I stopped doing my face yoga stuff for the last couple of weeks, so why? It's because I'm bleeding again. It's a monthly thing. I need to be there for sound check early, and it's kind of a showcase open mic night. So basically they have other performers that are going to be playing, and then I play last as the feature. And one thing that makes me so much more nervous than I need to be, well, is everything, but I really don't like waiting to play. Like, I really don't like being in the audience and like waiting for my turn to play. It causes me so much anxiety. And that happens so much, like anytime I need to, anytime I have to arrive early to sound check, I hate it. I hate it. And then waiting around for the show, it's the worst. When I do penny pom-pom gigs, a lot of the time I'll arrive at the place, set up my gear, do the sound check, and then I have to go like hide in a room or something until they're ready for me. It's terrible. I hate it. Guys, it's not okay. Maybe I need to put it up. Should I do little space buns or something? We could do something. Little buns. Yeah, anyway, cool. So I am gonna keep getting ready and I'll let you know how the gig goes. And I'm gonna be a bitch. No, I'm not. To be like you. Sing it with me. Maybe we're the cool kids after all. Maybe we're the cool kids. Maybe we're the cool kids. Maybe we're the cool kids after all. Today, in a messed up kind of way, it all makes sense today. Maybe you're the slightly chilly fall day. So I'm lighting this candle in celebration of the season. I'm also currently baking pumpkin tarts. And yesterday we started up the wood stove again. So now our house is being heated again. So it just feels cozy today. The show went really well last night. Like the actual performance was good. There was a lot of waiting to play because, like I said, it was an open mic up until us as the feature act. So after our sound check at 6, basically had to wait until 9:15 to play. And I understand that's just the way that event is, and I do other things that are similar. I just get there's just so much excess energy in me from having to like wait for so long that, I don't know, the first few songs I thought didn't really go very well. And I kind of had a little bit of those panicky feelings in the first few songs, but they weren't that bad. It was okay. So it's really great to have someone to play music with here. There actually is a music scene where I live. It's small, but like there's definitely a lot of musicians around. And there are different events that happen throughout the year. There are open mics and things like that. So it kind of feels like I'm restarting my music career. I don't know. I know I've said this a billion times already, but I've taken a break. Like all the songs that we played last night were new, and within the last 6 months new. And that's so cool. Like I have this whole new set, this whole new act. So it just feels really fresh and exciting. Okay, so on my Instagram, I've been doing these daily card pulls from a game called, well, it's from a company called We're Not Really Strangers, and they have a bunch of different games. This is the self-love one, so you're meant to do this on your own. And then I also have one for couples that Tyler and I have been doing together. And then there's also a generic version where you can just bring it to parties, or you can play it one-on-one with a friend or even family, whatever. It's just, yeah. Basically, they are these cards that have prompts to make you think about things, and it's designed to enhance your relationship with yourself or with others. So I've been pulling a card on Instagram every day in my stories. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, it's at Jessica May Artist. So give me a follow there. We do all kinds of fun things there. I've been really active on Instagram for the last few months, and I've been really enjoying it. So definitely go find me there. But I thought maybe we could pull a few together, like maybe more than one, because this is like a special place. YouTube is a special place. So I'll do more than one. And you answer it as well. I'll pull one, I'll say my answer, and then you say your answer. Okay? Okay, let's pull one. Oh, hold on a second. My tarts are ready. Hang on. Okay, they actually were not ready at all. Okay, so let's pull 3. I think 3 is good. Okay. When was the last time you impressed yourself? I think the last time I had a moment of, wow, I did this thing, was probably this summer. I was the featured author for a summer reading program event, and they hired me to come and read my book, and they also purchased 150 copies and distributed them to all the kids. And so all these kids came and they had my book, and I got to read it along with them. And then I did a performance as Penny Pom Pom, my children's character. And then I did a book signing. And I had this big lineup of kids, and I was signing my book. And there was definitely a moment of, whoa, I made this. And all these kids are going to take this book home and maybe read it. And I actually get messages all the time from people who send me pictures of their kids holding my book. And actually just this morning I got a message from my friend who lives in Australia who purchased a copy, and she was saying that her daughter picked it out all by herself to read at bedtime. And yeah, I think I feel very impressed with myself regarding that achievement. And I'm not a published author. This is something that I did independently, but it just goes to show that you can be recognized on a larger scale, even if you do something independently. So when was the last time you impressed yourself? Okay. That's so great. Yeah, I'm impressed. Was that stupid? Okay, let's do another one. How have you kept yourself safe? I definitely think this is something that I am getting better at doing. But I don't know, actually. Having said that, I think I've always had pretty good judgment. But I think I've kept myself safe by being very particular about the people that I invest emotion into. I mean, yes, it has happened where I have judged poorly. I'm not a friend collector. And I think I've mentioned this in a previous vlog, but like I really don't have interest in making friends because it takes a lot to trust people. Okay, wait, where am I going with this? How have I kept myself safe? I've chosen to invest emotionally in people who are also investing in me emotionally. And even all of my relationships, I'm getting personal here, but all of my romantic relationships, I look back and I'm very proud of who I have chosen to spend my time with, and to love, because I've only ever chosen people who I feel safe with. And that goes for friendships, and that goes for collaborations with work, and just any sort of partnership. I am very particular about who I choose to invest time and emotion into, and that has kept me safe. There haven't been a lot of instances where people have been reckless with my emotions or my heart. And I think that's because of who I've chosen to let into my life. And that's why I'm not a friend collector. You know, you meet people who just want to be friends with everybody and they want to like hang out and do stuff, and I'm just so not like that. I don't even know how to react when people are like that with me. And then they'll know you for like a couple of weeks and then tell you they love you. And I'm just like, okay. I'm just saying that's my experience and my interpretation of that. I'm not saying that they don't really love me. Maybe they do, but I'm just like, that's just, whew. It's just not how I operate. Okay, one more. What would your younger self be relieved about? So many things. I think my younger self would be excited and proud and relieved to know what I do now and what my life is like now. I think she would be very relieved to know that being a grown-up doesn't have to be boring and full of things you don't want to do and miserable. Because when I was a child, I had no interest in being an adult. I just found, from my point of view, adulthood seemed to be full of boring things that I would never want to spend my time doing. And I just didn't know a lot. I didn't know a lot of artistic, eccentric, silly adults. Most of the grown-ups in my life were serious and busy and stressed out, especially the women. It was just like that. So I was really afraid of growing up and becoming an adult because it seemed like a terrible thing. Oh, okay, the tarts are maybe actually ready now. Yes, they look pretty good now. Yeah, what would your younger self be relieved about? But isn't this just like a wonderful idea? I'm not sponsored. It seems like I'm trying to sell this. I'm not. I learned about it through another YouTuber, and yeah, I'm just obsessed with the idea. I really don't like small talking with people. I love to get into the stuff with people, you know? And my idea of intimacy is having these types of conversations I don't like being touched. I don't like being told that they love me. But I really like having deep conversations about our inner worlds and our emotions. I think that's, for me, that's such a beautiful way to connect. And that goes for me with myself, me with friends, family, and Tyler and I, because, you know, you kind of fall into a routine when you've been together a long time, and you finish work for the day, and then you like plop down on the couch and you eat your dinner, and then you like watch whatever show you're watching or play whatever video game. And I love doing those things too, but it's just been really nice to pull a few cards and just talk about stuff for like an hour a night. It's been so nice, so I recommend it. So I'm going to end the video here. I'm gonna edit this so that it's ready to go for tomorrow morning. I post a video every Sunday, so make sure you subscribe. And I mainly talk about my life as a self-employed professional artist living in a rural community, and I just talk about things as they come up. And I mean what I said earlier, the other day, whatever. I'm a bitch now. I'm a bitch now. When I say bitch, let me just clarify. I mean, I stand up for myself. I'm assertive. I tell the truth. And I don't take shit. That version of me can't come to the phone right now because she's dead. I'm fully embodying this moving forward, and I'm going to report back with every instance where I have been assertive and have stood up for myself. And I'm gonna tell you, you need to help keep me accountable. We'll keep each other accountable because I know I'm not the only one. So if you made it to the end of this video, leave me a comment that says, I'm a bad bitch. I'm a bad bitch. Okay, thanks for watching. See you next week. Search for going when the meadow grass is turned.